It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll, and today I'm sitting here talking with one of the baddest mob wives that we all know and love, Renee Graziano.
I gotta keep my face in a certain way. Okay. Ready?
I love this.
Perfect. Which foot do you want? This one? Okay. Sorry.
So Renee, I just want to go ahead and start off by saying thank you again so much for taking the time to join us today. You know, we really appreciate it, and it's going to be a lot of fun to catch up with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Before we jump into, I just feel like it's appropriate to kind of acknowledge yesterday marked the 1 year passing of your father, and I just want to say all of our hearts are with you during this difficult time, because anybody who knows you knows that family is everything to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much, Adam.
Yeah,
Let me grab this. Oh, I'll do this really fast. It's late. Okay, why is that doing that? I am so not computer literate.
I'll be your mirror.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We obviously know you from Mob Wives, and you were on Family Boot Camp, Big Brother, Marriage Boot Camp. But how have you been?
I'm good, thank you. Quarantine has been really rough, but I'm trying to stick to my diet and, you know, do as much as I possibly can. I'm with my grandson a lot, so we've been spending time at the beach, and my daughter-in-law is getting ready to have her second child, which is a baby girl.
In October, right?
Yes, end of October, a little Scorpio.
Oh boy.
Yes.
My brother's a Scorpio. You're gonna have your hands full with this one.
My sister is, my father is, so I already know about Scorpios. And my grandson, my son, and my mother are Taurus, so I'm right in the middle of all of them.
I'm a Cancer, so I just get emotional and I kind of stay with myself.
I'm a Cancer.
Okay, so then we both get emotional.
Oh, oh my God, so oversensitive.
You have become do we say Nona?
No, he actually calls me Nene.
Nene.
But I wasn't sure if I wanted to be grandma or Nona, but now that he's able to talk, he could call me anything he wants. It's like fine, but he calls me Nene.
So you love being a Nene?
Yes, Nene, but you know what? I didn't want to be grandma, so Renee, so we say Nene.
Yeah, and I was expecting you to come out with something like Glamma or Glam Mob. You never know, but Nene, we'll take it.
Nene, yes.
Since you stopped filming, which you did a full 6-season run with Mob Wives, have you kept up with any of the other ladies, or?
So I talk to Carla on occasion. I speak to her probably the most. I talk to Natalie G in spite of our argument that we had, a little fight that we had, on the show. I keep in touch with Alicia every now and then, and that's pretty much it. I don't speak with Karen, and I don't speak with Ramona, and unfortunately, Ange died. I just, we all went in different directions, and people did certain things, and I just continued on with my life as they did theirs.
Do you keep up with Drita or Love?
No, not at all. Honestly, after all the drama on the show, if I saw Love, I would say hello. If I saw Drita, I would say hello. But to say they're my friends, absolutely not.
And I wanted to talk to you about this because you were instrumental in the whole show kind of coming to be. Your sister produced the show, and you carried a lot of the show on your back because you brought a lot of drama to it. Would you say,
That's normal to me. That's not drama. That's my everyday life.
Ladies owe you a thank you for 6 seasons.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Let's say it again. Yeah. You know what? Everyone feels that they did their part, and I'm sure that they did. I think for me, and the truth of the matter is, yes, I did a lot more work. A lot more was happening in my life. And I could say that because I guess everything I went through with my son's father, which was very instrumental in the show having its, reality to it. And then the plastic surgery and addiction and depression, I talked about real life issues. And I'm not saying the other girls didn't have real life issues. Mine were just much more relatable in other people's homes because people are suffering with addiction, with depression. And I wanted to talk about that because for me, that's really who I am.
Which is crazy because growing up in the lifestyle that you did, you're supposed to be such a closed book, and that's not you at all. You're not a closed book.
Well, it was for many years, but I felt like, it's my time. I have the right to express who I am. Don't get me wrong. I never discussed anything that had to do with mob, so to speak. I mean, aside from my own experience, but the truth is that you live in the shell and the sheltered life for so long that you hold in so much. And I think that lifestyle did affect me as far as depression. I can't blame my addiction on that, but I grew up in the heyday of champagne and cocaine. So unfortunately, that ended up touching my life.
You've recently spoke about being on a health journey since you finished filming. I think you spoke about this in January, and then we got hit by a pandemic, which obviously doesn't help, it doesn't make things easier, but how are you doing with that?
Oh, I'm doing very well. I mean, I'm, in recovery, so I'm strong there. As far as diet and exercise, I work with 2 companies, which is Eat Clean Grow. They supply me with the food, and then Elite Healthcare in New Jersey, and they supply me with my HTC. So I'm staying on top of it, and I'm losing weight because unfortunately you go through menopause and everything changes in your life. So, I had to get back on board.
You do. You look great, and you look super healthy. So it's great to see you like this. And you have a lot to look forward to. October's coming.
Suck this fat out of my face. I'll be
no.
Hey, listen, I keep it real. Okay, this happens. This happens in life. And I think everything drops at some point.
You said menopause. I think menopause is very real too.
Well, men on pause.
Oh yeah? Well, since you stopped filming, have you thought about getting into producing? You talked about music before, or going back to styling?
Actually, no, I don't think I'd go back to styling and definitely not the music industry. I'm actually focusing on a radio career right now, which should be happening the end of this year out in LA.
That's exciting.
Yes, very much.
So you're crossing
more to come. I can talk about more as contracts finish getting signed and all of that, but it's a go as far as now. I have a radio show in California.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we're going to steal you over to the West Coast.
Yes, we are.
Are you going to come here full time? You're about to have a new baby.
I'll be in California maybe 10 days and then back into New York because I wouldn't leave my family.
Okay. When you come to LA though, maybe we'll go to happy hour or something. I'll grab you a drink to celebrate.
Well, I don't drink because I'm in recovery.
Oh no.
But what we can do
I'll grab you a virgin mocktail.
Okay. We could go eat in my family's place.
Okay.
On Melrose, which is called Frankie's. It's amazing Italian food.
And I would be the asshole that would order you a drink because when
that's
you're
okay. No, but that's okay because it's normal to say that. I just, for me, I don't choose to drink. I never had a problem with alcohol, but it's part of recovery. You have to practice all ends of it, otherwise you're not in it.
And I guess you really don't think about it too much when you're not going through it. And I just made the same mistake that you probably deal with that all the time. When you go out with people, when, offering you things, that's, wow.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, the average person can do those type of things. Unfortunately, I can't. I have an addictive personality all the way around. So anything I do a lot of.
At least you call it what it is,
Yes.
All right. What would you say would be one of the biggest things that you gained from filming Mob Wives?
I think my own voice, that was for sure. And I definitely gained so much notoriety that I was able to do several shows, which were all very successful. And I think the least favorite part of it was the fact that I was so honest and exposing my addiction. I didn't plan to relapse on television, and that was probably the hardest thing for me and the most embarrassing thing in my life.
But I think that's part of what made your show so successful was, you didn't mind sharing those vulnerable moments.
I probably didn't because I was damn stoned. If I I didn't realize what a mess I looked like. But I think my sister let that be seen, so maybe that would help sober me up. Unfortunately, it took me many tries. But like I said, everybody has their own experience, and mine's been able to help a lot of people.
Speaking of your sister, how come she never filmed the show with you?
No, Jennifer's the producer, the creator, the whole back end. She is not as friendly as I am with the camera. Nor did she want to do that. Jennifer is very different than I am. So I'm like, oh, I'll do it, and she's like, oh, good, go right ahead.
When you're filming, the producers are usually kind of behind the wall in the back, and they're watching it on the iPads as they're filming, whatever the case is. You had a couple moments on the show where you're fighting, hair pulling. Is your sister behind the wall just watching all of this?
No, Jennifer has not always been there. Okay. Matter of fact, the fight that I had in Vegas, she was in her room and they had to call her and be like, can you control your sister? And she had to come up and basically sit on me to control me. And again, that was embarrassing, humiliating for me because that's not me. I was not in the right frame of mind. However, I will say this, if anyone talks about my family, I will be just as crazy. So,
right.
It doesn't matter to me. If you talk about my family or come for me or my family, I'm coming right back.
I was obsessed with your show. And as I would watch it, as soon as the episode would end, I feel like you adopt the feelings and emotions of the show. I would leave and I'm like ready to rip somebody's carcass out. I want to fight. I want to that's how the show made me feel. I was like,
leaving the movie Rocky, everybody wanted to fight. We were just so high emotion, and just things that were said were so personal. The attacks we had on one another, unfortunately, we had no boundaries. It was like, oh, okay, you want to say this, so I'm going to say that. And that's not really very ladylike, but and I'm not saying we're not ladies. I'm just saying we were so passionate about whatever it was that we were talking about that we had no boundaries. We just unfortunately acted like fools.
There's obviously a lot of personalities on Staten Island. Do you get tested by other people who think like, oh, you think you're a badass? Well,
I'm going to say this. There are other people that are tough. Absolutely. But there was no one that was going to, not for me. I never experienced that. Nobody was ever approaching me or disrespecting me except for that one guy on television, which we all know what happened to him. Right. But no, there weren't, I never had a problem like that. And I'll go to my father on this. We were very well respected. My father was always very well respected. So there was nobody ever in my life that would ever do that to me, aside from my unfortunate ex-husband. But my father wasn't home for that when he was being, the creep that he was.
Right. Well, speaking of your ex-husband, are we dating now?
Not him. He's a rat. Never.
No, not the ex-husband, but are we?
Am I dating? No,
yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. Nothing. It's been like maybe 17 months. Nothing. The well is run dry.
You're like, I'm going through menopause. I'm getting a radio show and I'm a nene now. So leave me the alone.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I make the joke, men on pause, right? Like there's no one, nobody, to be quite honest, that I've been interested in that has even warranted enough respect for me to bring them around my son.
Well, and it has to be kind of, it has to be a little intimidating too you have to be a man's man to want to date you because you're this, with all due respect, there's a little intimidation.
I found that to be true. First, it was intimidation with my dad, and then it became intimidation with me because my personality is very, very strong. And I have ruined that myself at times with not being a little softer. And, a lot of guys don't like a rah-rah, very, I think I'm vivacious and loving. Although a man will find that intimidating because one, I can hold my own. Two, I have a mouth on me.
It's not a disadvantage, but for you, anyone who does date you in the future, they can always just rerun these seasons. They get to see you on TV. They can YouTube you and see Renee Graziano's crazy.
And that's why they don't date me.
Yeah.
That's why they don't.
No, but you're going to get somebody who comes through.
I'm sure.
Yeah. The well has not run dry.
No.
Glass is half full, actually.
Yes, it's half full. I forgot I'm supposed to be thinking positive.
I know that you said that you're not talking to Karen anymore, but Karen has a new show called Families of the Mafia. Were you invited at all?
No, could care less.
You weren't invited to film nothing?
I wouldn't film that rat show.
No?
No, not at
Okay.
all. I have no respect for the show, no respect for the people on the show.
Is it just because of the cast of the show?
How about this? I really got nothing nice to say, so let's not say
Okay,
it.
fair enough. If you were ever approached by VH1 to do a reboot of Mob Wives, would you entertain
Mob
that?
Wives is possibly coming back. Right now with the virus, nothing is happening.
Right.
So I also have another show that I'm working on, which is a recovery-based show
Okay.
that my sister and I actually created. And that's in the work. I mean, as far as Mob Wives, of course I would go back if it came back, but that's really not my focus anymore. And you know what? Shame on me for knocking another person's show. I just don't have respect for the people on it. So I really, I shouldn't say anything at all.
No, it would be, honestly, if you didn't give your opinion, because that's what we know you for, it would almost be disingenuous. So we appreciate the opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have way more on the table than I did in the past. And, you know, I have my own children's book now called Grandma and Me on the Run. And there's so many different avenues that I'm taking that television, of course, is always there, but it's not life or death anymore. You know what I mean? It's not like that's all that I have.
I'm not going to keep you for too long. And I know that you're getting your pedicure right now. So I want to end on a positive note. You do have all of these amazing things in the works. So what are you looking forward to most after this pandemic is over?
Going to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Definitely that, back to traveling, but definitely the radio show. For me, that's a broad avenue for me to touch many more lives, talk about many more real subjects in the world, and definitely see another side of me. You know, people know me to be the crazy loudmouth, but I'm very smart, and I'm very loving, and I think that type of show would show another side of me that people would be probably surprised, but very, I think it'd be very engaging.
It's going to be great to see different dimensions of you because, you know, as time goes, obviously everyone progresses. So it's going to be nice for us as fans to watch you progress.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Yeah, of course. Well, Renee, thank you so much for joining me today. And you've been amazing. I hope the pedicure comes out great and you look awesome.
Thank you, doll. Have a great day. I'll be in touch.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.